let's review this workout and see how we can make it better for building glutes and hamstrings, shall we? Now, the first thing I'm noticing is we've got quite a lot of exercises and quite a lot of sets for each exercise as well. And it's just looking a bit overkill. So my suggestion would be that we cut down on that a little bit and definitely cut down on the number of working sets, like 5 working sets for anything. I think you're going to be struggling to really push yourself when you're doing 5 whole working sets, maybe 5 total sets, including your warm-up sets, but not 5 working sets. And the next pattern I'd just highlight, when I'm looking at the weight and the reps that you're doing, you can see that either you're actually able to increase the weight as you go from first to last set, which actually probably means that those first working sets we're not actually pushing ourselves very hard, or you're doing the same weight and reps 3 times in a row. Again, if I can do 80 kilos for 10 reps on set 1, set 2 and set 3, what does that tell me about how hard I'm pushing on that first working set? So that's something I'd have a look at as well. It suggests to me a bit of a red flag about training intensity. And now just some notes on exercise selection. So one thing that's not wrong, but I just tend to flag, is going from something like a dumbbell RDL, we're loading the lower back quite a lot in a hip hinge, and then going straight into a 45-degree hip extension. For some people, they find that their lower back can just get pretty tired from that. So if it feels fine for you, grand, but it's just something to flag. And then we've got some exercise redundancy, basically meaning that we've got some exercises that are doing pretty much the same thing. So it's a little bit of a waste of time having them within the same session. So you've got a step up and a reverse lunge, very similar movement patterns. I'd rather you just did one and worked really hard within the sets. And the same thing with the hamstring curl. I wouldn't do a seated and lying hamstring curl in the same session. Again, exercise redundancy. I mean, same thing really with the hip extension and the hip thrust. Both of those are training hip extension, loading the glutes in the contracted position. Obviously, a 45-degree hip extension has some more hamstrings involvement, but again, personally, I'd probably just choose one. So if I was to revamp this session and optimize it for muscle building, allowing you to push really hard and not have overlapping kind of redundant exercises, it might look a little bit of something like this. I've cut out some things that have been repeated. I've added some abductions. If you want to train the glutes fully, you need hip extension in the lengthened position, the shortened position, and also a squatting pattern, which we've got, but also you need some abduction as well. So we've got this 30-degree glute medius kickback to train that abduction function. I've dropped down your number of working sets, and I've given you target rep ranges, which is going to allow you to really push yourself within each individual set and make the focus on working close to muscular failure rather than just adding more and more volume. So here's an example of what would be a really good science-based workout without fluff, without wasting your time, that you're actually going to see real progress from.